I had a first grade teacher, Mrs. Way, who used to say, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. So, in the spirit of Mrs. Way, let's just sit here and not say anything. Well, I didn't care for the game, but I'm ready to believe it has a dedicated audience that would die for it and will swat me for bashing it, but I have to be honest about my experience. Now, I've never played any of the other games in this long-running franchise, and I apologize to those who have followed it since they were younger and life was better. But if you were to ask me if I would ever give the series another go after this, I'll tell you the same thing I tell my cashier when they ask if I want to round up today for children's health. Hell no. I well and truly understand that I'm coming into this with barely any context for what's going on, so I can be more accommodating to that fact. Okay, I will take that into account. You play as a mercenary named N.A., recently taken on a job in the land of Super Duper to recover pieces of flan stolen from the princess. It's not Mark Twain, but that's actually the strongest part of the game. Look, I like nonsensical, silly stories as much as the next fella, and I get what Mayhem is going for. Its subtitle is well earned. Super Duper is noxiously effervescent, and frankly, relentlessly more giddy than the Kool-Aid man with a one-way ticket to Jonestown.
God dang!
You can get a sugar high just looking at this game. Anyway, this flan is special. The princess overlord literally brings peace to the kingdom with it, just as her father did. There's a message in there about bringing people together with kindness, which at least is something for the young people to take away from it. That is if they can pay attention to... what were we talking about? I will say there's a wide array of colorfully designed characters to interact with. They all look distinct, even if there is not too much else separating them. All that is, it's whatever. But the gameplay itself is where my antidepressants got a chance to shine. The first level is pretty simple. Go out there and use your handful of attacks and powers to kill a couple dozen weak enemies and then a sub-boss. The objective is literally pulverize those pesky monsters. Right on. Pretty cool. I beat it, and now I'm ready for the real game. Second level. Oh, okay, we're doing this again. In the same self-contained location, no less. Okay, well, what's the objective this time? Pulverize those pesky monsters. Oh, geez. Well, all right, I guess we're taking this ride around the block again. No problem. Third one. Pulverize those pesky monsters. Wait, am I accidentally repeating the same level? No, I'm definitely doing the right ones. Well, surely they all can't be. Pulverize those pesky monsters. 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 Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, dropping into a cramped, empty zone, pulverizing hordes of weak, pesky monsters, only to do it again for a story reason I forgot about and frankly doesn't matter. Go in, go to town on dozens of pesky monster grunts, come back, update your equipment, buy stuff, sell stuff, and then do it again. I don't care for the gameplay, is what I'm trying to say. I think it's really boring and unrewarding, and one of the greatest sins a game can commit is not respecting the player's time, and I felt like my time was wasted. What are we doing? What kind of lives are these? It's grinding with nowhere to go. Other games, yeah, I could be doing more important things than playing like Dive or Die, but then I see games as investments in my mental health, right? Or like it's expanding my perspective. I'm learning something. I'm feeling things I don't usually feel. This is truly just... To be fair, there are a couple of other mechanics you can use as diversions, like the dark assembly, or like the dark confectioner assembly, I think it's called. It's basically a parliamentary chamber where you propose upgrades and various things that could affect your gameplay, like make the store better, or reset my level to level 1. You can take everyone's temperature and get a feel for how they're going to vote, either like, this or that, or strongly against, strongly for, maybe they're asleep, maybe they're drunk, whatever. And you have to like deal with all that. And like, it's a little bit of kind of light politicking, and you can bribe them to help your odds. And if your vote fails, you can either straight up pay money to pass the bill, or literally beat everyone into submission. And I don't really recommend that for a while, because most everyone's going to be at a higher level than you. I'll be honest, I passed a bill that opened up a cheat vendor in the castle, and I just cranked up my earned XP as much as I could, just so I just didn't have to grind as much. Like, if it's in the game, it's not really cheating, okay? Just full disclosure. Something is kind of off whenever the game incentivizes you to play less of it. Anyway, there's also a quasi-Pokemon buddy system in here. You can capture monsters, or buddies as they're called, and then you take them along with you on missions, right? Like, I guess in story, like these some of these grunts that you pulverize, they join you. Then you can deck them out in armor and weapons, and they level up with you, and they become buddies with you. They grant you special attacks and whatnot. Any odds and ends, there's not a ton to cover. Of note was how, even though I played with an Xbox controller, the controller inputs showed the PlayStation symbols. So, it didn't throw me off a ton. You just got to calibrate your brain if this feature is not fixed by release. It did absolutely nothing to affect my experience. It was a pretty small blip. As for shoutouts, I don't know. The soundtrack is good. It does what it wants to do, and the art design is more than adequate. Sound engineering is nice. It's punchy. It fills up your speakers in much the same way the color palette fills your screen. It makes an impression. And if you need some virtual vitamin D, then maybe this could be good for you. The takeaway, I did not care for Disgaea Mayhem, in case you can't tell. And I apologize to anyone with a lot riding on this. I'm sure I'm wrong on some counts, because in my experience, if you hate something this much, you're probably not getting something. But I don't know, man. I'm just going to say I don't get it. I don't get it. And if you get it, if you get the game, then that's great. Buy this game right now and live your best life. I'm just a man who doesn't know what he's doing, trying not to get, parasite diarrhea. So yeah, I would give this game a Krampus, but in the spirit of accepting that I may be missing something, I'm gonna bump it up and give it a broken lamp. So I'm gonna toss you guys a bone here. Good luck, everybody.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to help us continue to be able to bring a voice to the voiceless. Join the over 60,000 indie warriors that have said goodbye to the gaming echo chamber. For even more support, head over to patreon.com/idreamofindiegames, where you can get Discord access, early shows, exclusive content, and more, now with a brand new $2 entry tier. Or check out YouTube memberships for exclusive badges, custom emoji, and other fun perks. Support real people making real things, because here at I Dream of Indie Games, it's always about the games.